When you type King Charles II into Google, you're presented with images of a man that look like this. But according to first-hand sources from the 1600s, King Charles II of England looked very different than the man shown in these supposed paintings of him. King Charles Stuart II, the Black Boy King of England, who reigned from 1630 to 1685. The word Stuart, which was his surname, comes from the Old Nordish root swart, which means black. Stuart is the same word as swarthy, which means black in Old English. There was once a Stuart line of kings in England. So for those of you who don't know, King Charles II of England was nicknamed the Black Boy King. He was nicknamed that by his mother, who would call him the Black Boy. And they seriously wanted to think that a white woman nicknamed her white son the Black Boy. Seriously? And as it says, Stuart, his surname literally meant black. And in Wales, there's even a still operating bed and breakfast called the Black Boy Inn to honor King Charles Stuart II, the Black Boy King, on which the sign depicts a little black boy. This black boy is King Charles II of England. This is a dictionary from 1828. Let's delve a little further into the definition of swarthy. Swarthy, dark of complexion, black, dusky, or tawny. So swarthy means someone that is dark of complexion, someone that has dark skin or is black. Let's go over a couple of accounts describing the appearance of King Charles II. Charles II, otherwise known as the Merry Monarch, was a gargantuan baby. At 4 months, he already looked, his mother complained, like a 1-year-old. From the age of 12, he took part in English Civil War battles and was described as a tall black man. So was he a tall black man, or was he a white man that they called a black man for some reason? Charles' appearance is instantly familiar from the many portraits in his show. The long curling wig of dark hair, the black mustache, the heavy nose, and sensuously curving lips. They're describing a black man here. He's a tall black man with a black mustache, a heavy or wide nose, a negroid nose, and sensuously curving, thick, full lips. King Charles II was not the Caucasian that is depicted in these false, fake paintings that are supposed to be portraying him. This is from a book called An Inquiry into the Circumstances of the Death of King Charles II of England by Norman Chevers. Charles II was, in the popular language of the day, a tall, black man. Charles II was, in the popular language of the day, a tall, black man. This is from first-hand accounts from people that saw Charles II as he lived. He was a tall, black man. Here's yet another source describing King Charles II. Of a tall stature and sable hue, much like the son of Kish, that lofty Jew. Now, what does sable mean? Once again, he's said to be of tall stature and of a sable hue. Let's get the Old English definition of sable to see what exactly they're describing this king as having looked like. Sable, black, dark, used chiefly in poetry or in heraldry. Sable means dark or black. So here again, we have another example of King Charles being described as a tall, black, dark-skinned man. But it wasn't just him that was black. It was all of Scotland at this time, and for several millennia prior to his time. Here we have a book called Annals of the Caledonians, Picts, and Scots. Anne of Strathclyde, Cumberland, Galloway, and Murray by Joseph Ritson. This was published in 1828. Let's see how this book describes the Highlanders of Scotland, of which King Charles II was a Highlander. He was a Jacobite. Let's see how these people were described. Page 7. The Highlanders are generally diminutive, with brown complexions and almost always black curled hair and dark eyes. The Highlanders of Scotland, or the Jacobites, are generally diminutive with brown complexions and almost always black curled hair and dark eyes. But like I said, when you type King Charles II into Google, images of this come up. Does this look like a tall black man with a flat nose and thick lips to you? These are false whitewash images that do not accurately depict the person they're said to be depicting. Again, I ask you, does this look like a tall black man to you? King Charles II of England, as well as the Highlanders and Jacobites of Scotland, were not white people or Caucasians. They are the ancestors of what are now called African Americans and Caribbean blacks. This is where Caribbean and American blacks get their Scottish surnames from. Not a Scottish slave master, but from our black, swarthy ancestors that came directly from Scotland with Scottish surnames. Black, swarthy Scottish Highlanders like King Charles II.